just watched the Borough performance tonight against Sheffield United. Thought we were terrific. Opening 10-15 minutes, bit jittery, gave away a silly goal. But boy, how we responded. Unbelievable, Bernie. We had a joy to watch. That's for, who was that for? Danny, somebody, yeah. Unbelievable, Bernie. We had a joy to watch it for Daniel Richards. We were indeed, and welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Facebook Live. Well, thanks for joining me on both, and thanks as always to sponsors: Cornerstone, Galaxy Blinds, Advanced Utility Solutions, RWTA, that's Richard Wills Training Associates, TGM Cars, Borough Ship Museum, Cleveland Systems Engineering. Well, tonight for 75 minutes, I thought we were absolutely terrific. I mean, opening 10-15 minutes was a bit jittery. The goal we conceded for a long throw-in. I thought the big man jumped in between both Lenihan and Akpom. The keeper was rooted to the line. It was a poor goal, but we're not going to dwell on that. The response we got on the back of that was unbelievably good, terrific. I'd use Steve McLaren's phrase, magnificent. Good evening, Bernie. Quote to the legend, Ali Brownlee, Borough was simply magnificent. Well, Keith, that was Steve McLaren used to say magnificent when it was far from it. But tonight, for 75 minutes, we were truly magnificent. We ran them off the park, we closed them down, we harassed. They were trying to put their foot in, and the goals were brilliant as well. I mean, the first goal, Foz has played it between two defenders. Akpom's dropped his shoulder, went to the right-hand side of the defender, and he's rifled it across the goal. Great goal. And then obviously two from Archer. Archer put one top right-hand corner, and then he drilled one bottom left-hand corner, and it was good night Sheffield. Don't forget, Sheffield have not been beaten since the World Cup. Since the World Cup finished and we returned, they have not been beaten. Now we're 7 points. We've closed the gap. For me, it's a statement saying, hey, you mess up again, we're going to take full advantage. We were brilliant. Well done to each and every one of them. Yeah, the response was amazing. As I say, when we give a cheap goal away, you think, for God's sake, too early to give a goal away. Saying that, you've got a lot of time to recover. But we really did, we could have scored more. You know, I mean, Foz had a shot first half, McGree hit the side netting, Smith came through and had a shot. We had a lot of big moments, but there was three goals. Akpom's got his 17th league goal of the season. Well done to Akpom. I thought Akpom and Archer, I thought everybody was terrific. The two forwards I thought were brilliant. I thought the movement, the harassing, the link-up play, old-fashioned values tonight from our team tonight, and Stefan looked good with his feet tonight. Stefan had a good game, shot stopping. I thought first, hey, I'm not going to dwell on it, but I think either the first goal he has to come out because he was rooted to his line, he's 6 yards out. Anyway, we got away with it. But thereafter, he had a couple of fine saves, Stefan. So well done to him, but well done to the team. Central midfielders, terrific. The wide men really stuck to their task. And as I say, up front, the movement, closing down, harassing, goals were fantastic. So come on, Borough fans, if you cannot praise your team tonight. Great team performance, Bernie, from Mark D. Reckon Tuber is going to get 20 goals, Bernie. Sonny, without a doubt. Very impressive by Borough. It's a fair chance to even receive automatic promotion. Unbelievable transformation since the start of the season. That's Conrad Tank. Yeah, Sonny, Tuber's going to get him. He's got 17 league goals. He's got 14 games left. He's on fire. Not is he just getting goals. I mean, he put McGree in one occasion. McGree should have did better. Should have hit it across the keeper and hit it near post. But Tuber, like the team, are flourishing and they're looking terrific going forward. We can score against anybody at the minute. How the F are the second lumping it forward and long throw-ins. It's like purest one wet dream. Yeah, well, I've read it out, Jake. I didn't know it was coming at the end. Glenn Ball says, Bernie, what a result. Onwards and upwards, you're right. Class Bernard for David Williams. Fight for automatic place. As Cammy says, unbelievable. Neil Whitley says, Bernie, hope you're well after that. Neil, the whole of Teesside's well. Got to be honest, mate, I'm starting to believe. Nothing wrong with believing now, Neil. What a win. Good evening, Bernie. Reese, good evening to you and all Borough fans. What a result, what a match, what a team. Sublime. Paul Collins, that's a lovely word for a Wednesday night. Sublime. Borough look unbeatable at the moment. Andy McLeese. Andy, you're right. We do look unbeatable. And when we lose a goal, to turn it round in the way we come back was magnificent. Bernard, what do you think the difference in the team now and the one before the World Cup? Oh, the team is in. Look, there's only one game we let ourselves down with Sunderland Derby game. Those things happen. The rest we did very, very well, but we're getting better and against the better teams. Well, one of the better teams in the division. Great win, Billy. Top class performance tonight. Up the effing borough for Dave Tweddle. Amy Buckley, hi Amy. Let's get 3 points on Saturday. Well, Tony Mowbray's side beat QPR last night. 3-0 away, wasn't it? We might get 6. If we play like that, we will get 6. Sky gives Archer man of the match. Do you agree? I thought Archer and Akpom were terrific. He got 2 of the goals. That's 3 in as many games now, so he was in fact. As I say, I describe Archer as Traore with brains. Traore meaning super quick. Archer's super quick, but Archer's more intelligent. Feared the worst after the early gift. Credit to the club. We were garbage. Didn't want to play for Wilder. I think we will win every game. I'd love to know what Wilder's thinking now. Warnock, Wilder, looking at the same players, how they've turned it round. People going about big boss man, but Woody has done good. Steve Richardson, do you know what, Steve? Yeah, he's in there. He's a partner, the right-hand man, a Carrick, and he's doing the business, but he's staying in the shadow. He doesn't want the limelight. He doesn't want the fans' adoration. He's just doing the business behind the scenes, and well done to Woody for that. For me, one game at a time. High on going into the Sunderland game and lost, but look how we bounced back. It's how you bounce back when you get beaten. Adversity, it's how you respond. Nick Henderson says, to think we all thought it should be no change side. Well, I wouldn't have changed it, but Fry came in and did great. But Paddy's done great when he came in. So Dale and Paddy are fighting for that position. Just goes to show we've got Super Michael Carrot and he knows exactly what we need. I bet you weren't thinking that after the first 5 minutes, Nick. Reece Ward says, Stefan kicks always go to that position. I've said that before. Bernie looking data tonight. Thank you, Keith. No, look, Stefan, there was about 4 kicks he hit out of the park. As I say, he's not good at hitting it long. And to be in his defence, we have no aerial threat and target. And 9 times out of 10 it goes to the opposition. He had a few shankers that went out the park. But let's give him credit. I still think the goal, he could have come out. It's in the 6-yard box. Keeper has to come out, meet the ball at his height and punch it. But he didn't. He did the second time they threw it in. He punched it down the way. I don't think he's very big. And he's not really commanding. But I thought he had a few very good saves tonight. Absolutely amazing result. Lagan Butler. Chris McLeod. Hi, Chris. I told you, Bernie, a few weeks ago when me and the grandson came to the match on Boxing Day, I fancied us ending up the top 2, and I still maintain that. Sheffield's next games are difficult and ours aren't seriously. After doing that to Sheffield, what have we got to be worried about? Bring them all on. Chris, can't argue with that right this minute in time. Whoa, Sky are saying clever play from Akpom for the goal. Whoa, Sky are saying clever play from Akpom for the goal. Akpom and Archer were very good tonight. What do you think of Akpom? What a finish. Great finish. As I say, if you've not seen it, first goal, we've lost a poor goal. We accept that, but we turn it round. Foz goes up the right, plays it between 2 defenders. Akpom gets it. He drops the shoulder. He goes round the lad to his left-hand side, and he drills it across the goal. Great finish. Great finish. Up the borough from España. Good game, lads. That's for Gary Broadley. Obviously, it's in Spain. Neil Squibbs Younger says, early doors, I was worried. I think we all were. What a turnaround. Brilliant. First half, missed the second half. It's busy night on the Ambo, up the effing borough. Graham McTiernan says, hello, Benny, from Rome, up the borough. Graham, bless you. Rome, what a lovely place. What a lovely city. Evening, Bernie. Great performance by the whole team up the effing borough. For Borough fan. So you think ref goal, one of our goals correct? Do you think the ref goal, one of our goals correct when there was a foul? Yeah, what had happened? Hackney was all over the lad like a rash, and it should have been a foul, but the lad got away from him, brushed away from Hackney despite him illegally pulling and hauling him, and then he made a pass. So the referee played the advantage, and it went against him. Martin Smith says 1-0, 1-1 versus Stefan major save. He's about as useful with crosses as a vampire and distribution at times. But he made some vital saves throughout. Yeah, the frailties he's got are seen evident tonight again. But he had a few very good saves tonight. So well done to Stefan. Well, not against Stefan. It just he gives me kittens every time he messes about with the ball or he passes it to the opposition. But he had a few good saves tonight. So well done to him. Good evening, Bernardo. Whoa, we're looking the full package now. Thought you were talking about me. Hackney and McGree again tonight. Look, there wasn't a week like tonight. Everybody was great. Everybody deserves the plaudits. Never mind Akpom. Could Archer score 20? I'll tell you what, 14 games left. He could do. I mean, we might get a boat for on Saturday. All right, Bernie. Even Stefan had a reasonable game for Stephen Horn. Yeah, he did. He did. Well done to each and every one of them. Yeah, Archer, his pace is unbelievable. His movement's great. A couple of times he get the ball stuck under his feet or should have passed it and held on to it, but he really came to life in the second half. McGree's fantastic from the big Aussie. Ja Reid. I agree. First time I seen him, left peg, I thought this guy's going to be a good player, and he's turning into what I believed he was. The wee dip, but he's back. Exceptional result. I effing hate the Blades. Paul Kearney Neil says, great 50th birthday present from my old mate. Peely, happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday, Peely. If we get a good kick it and goal like Swatzer and hands like Stefan next season, we will be ace if we get a good kicker. Keith Big Swats wasn't good at kicking. Took him about, he was a great goalkeeper, but it took him about 8 years to get kicks, good kicks going forward. Archer first goal, great finish, great pass from Hackney. Yeah, it was. Quality, what a squad up the borough. That's for Darren. Daniel Pegg says, fantastic match tonight, Bernie, and good result. Good result. Great result. Up the effing borough for Matt Jinks. Simple. Matt Bell says, great performance. Sheffield don't look great, or were we just different class once we get going? Archer looks, this is for Matt Bell, looks good loaned by. Obviously, he's in loan. The odds are he'll probably get back to Villa, unless well, it depends what league we're in. It depends how much he's going to cost. I'd like to see Sean Bean crying in his beer. Yeah, Sean Bean, obviously the actor. He's a big Sheffield United fan. Simply awesome team performance tonight, Bernie. Ian Plumpton, bang on, dead right. Class performance, Bernie. Well done. That's for Neil Pearson. Gary Buckenstaff says, very good performance this evening, looking great going forward, very fluid. We didn't just battle scrap, we closed down, we harassed, we passed the ball really well at times, but movement was great. As I say, Akpom and Archer were terrific. The movement, pace, and they were trying to ruffle the feathers. Sheffield were trying to ruffle both the strikers' feathers, but they just kept at it. I think we need to hold on to Hackney in the summer and not lose him because of money talks. We need to build a team around him. So where's this Belazer going to fit in? Any idea? Borough just need to avoid Sunderland in the playoffs because us and Mugger will play us off the park. Who's that for? Is that the Joker? The Pennywell Pundit. That's for the Pennywell Pundit. He's winding us up already. Class performance, Bernie. Well done, Neil Pearson. Yeah. That Tasman Archer is a decent singer, but a better striker up the borough. Yeah, Tasman Archer. Can't even think of the name of the song. I know who you're talking about. She's female. Absolutely amazing result. Logan Butler, Super Michael Carrick, Riley Butchum. All the players played well for Kevin Smith. Outstanding tonight, Bernie. The midfield were brilliant, backed up by quality strikers they were. Right through the team, we just grew in confidence. When we get the equaliser, we really looked as if we were going to kick on, and we did. Brilliant, Bernie. Archer, not as good as you were. I tell you what, he's a lot faster than I was. I wouldn't question his pace. No, listen, he scored 2 great goals tonight, and he's at 3 in as many games. Sky just showed your fixtures coming up. Great chance, get some serious points. Yeah, I've written them down. So we've got 14 games left after tonight. Well, 7 points behind Sheffield United. They've got a game in hand, but they need to win it. This is who we've got coming up. And I've looked at it. So 14 games left, 6 against the top half teams. Only 6 out of 14. We've got QPR on Saturday. I reckon we'll score a boatload, especially with the form we're in. Them are away, West Bromwich Albion. They're 10th. Reading at home. They're 13th in the league. Swansea away. They're 16th in the league. Stoke City are 19th. We play them at home. Preston at home. They're 14th in the league. Huddersfield, dare I say it, they're 23rd, but Neil Warnock's took over. Burnley at home, they're number 1. Bristol City's 15th. We play them away. Norwich at home in they're 8th. Hull City 12th in the league. And then we've got Luton 4th in the league, Rotherham 20th in the league, and Coventry 11th. Come on, we could win every one of them. After tonight, we could beat every one of them. Bernie, who was faster, you or Archer? Ha ha, dear God. Archer, he could catch pigeons. Archer, he's like a gazelle. I was like a gazette. He's like a gazelle. Unbelievable. Tosh Holmes says, just on the way home, outstanding again up the Borough. Tosh, safe journey to you and the Borough fans. Made a lot of noise, came through my television loud and clear as always. And you can sit there and look back at the 3 great goals, the 3 points on the board, and now 7 points behind Sheffield United. Up the effing Borough for Michael McCluskey. There's a lot of swearing on it, a lot of effing and jeffing. We're cooking. Lisa Brundinell, we're cooking, yeah. Hackney Brown again, he was. Rob Tipsy, second, is coming. Loved the game tonight. Archer was outstanding tonight for Paul Kearney, he was that. Carl Atlas says, hi Bernie mate, what a match and what a win. Well deserved, them 3 points, and loved it tonight. If you're a Borough fan, you didn't enjoy it tonight, then you want to change your sport. Carrick has says, we take each one game at a time, and the ref was at the game and Jeff Winter. So Carrick has says, we take each game one game at a time, and the ref was at the game and Jeff Winter. So Big Jeff the ref was there, was he? Where are we? Jeff Bennett says, hi Bernie, we're definitely the second best team in the division now. We need to win every game though, and I believe we can do it up the Borough. For Jeff Bennett, I don't think anybody would disagree at this minute in time. We're just getting better and better in every game. Carrick and his backroom staff have done wonders. Long may it continue. Great squad up the Borough. That's the thing I like about the on the bench. There's nobody hugging the limelight. There's no egos. Don't forget the big names in football. Carrick and Wood get together. As big a names as you get over the years, and played with the biggest clubs. But there's no egos, and they don't want to be in the face. They don't want the adulation for the fans. They're just taking a wee seat and just letting the players do the business. Coaxing and getting the best out of the players. And that speaks volumes. All the talking's getting done on the park. That was something special for Mark Glasgow. I like the name Glasgow. Yeah, I was brought up in Glasgow, Mark. It was something special. Stefan O does that one, made very crucial saves. He did. His distribution still terrible. I agree with that. But today, he stepped up when he needed it. Goal was his fault. Well, Paul, I would say that. The goal was his fault. If you're a goalkeeper and you get the ball, the peak at its height, you're allowed, obviously, to use your fist because you're the goalkeeper, and you have to go over players and punch heads, ball, whatever. He didn't. He was rooted on the line. Linehan and Akpom, the big McBurney went in between both of them, and the header was like slow motion went in. But hey, we're not going to moan about it tonight because we were terrific, and he still had several good saves tonight. I said management was too soon for Woody, but knew he would benefit our defence without the pressure of top job Martin Smith. Liam Bennett says, away, everyone, no negatives tonight, absolutely superb performance. The team is something special. Archer was missing piece of the jigsaw. Special things are happening. They are, Liam. Best performance of the season. Can we dream for set? Well, it was. I mean, up to tonight, Watford for me was the best performance, but that tonight beat it, especially losing a crap goal, careless goal, Sunday league goal, throw-in, header goal, when the box is loads of bodies in the box for one throw-in and a header. But how we responded, magnificent. Good day all round. Borough massive win. Wee cranky sacked. So Stephen's talking about wee cranky sacked. I think he's talking about the ginger one for up north. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of hers. I'm not a fan of politicians, any of them. All played as well. Oil machine, all well done. That's for Gareth Lowe. Daniel says, 7 years yesterday, we lost a legend, a great man, Ali Brownlee. That one was for him. Yeah, Daniel, you're right. Ali Brownlee tragically passed away. I worked with Ali 10 years in total, 500 games, five cup finals, 2 years flying about Europe, watching the Borough in Europe. Can you believe it? Borough in Europe. And tragically he was taken away, well, Daniel says 7 years ago. But some great memories, Ali. Really funny man. Top professional, funny, charming, charismatic. He did a lot. From Table, who's this from? Sorry. From Table, last 5 games, Burnley 13 points, second Borough 12 points, 3 Sheffield United 10 points. So, yeah, I've lost me there. The result was huge and monumental there. The man raving ninja, I think that says. Right. Where are we? Adrian Patterson says, what a night, Bernie, to be a Borough fan. Simple as that. Well, as I say, if you're not happy tonight, if you've got a dog, give the dog an ice cream or take it a good walk, even at this time, in celebration. Dave Saunders says, we kept stopping the stupid fouls around our area, Bernie, which is Sheffield United's main threat. A full house on Saturday. I tell you what, it'd be great to get a full house, wouldn't it? Imagine a full house. Borough fans, get off your asses, off the couches, forget going to the town with your missus and going to the bookies and whatever you're doing, get to the Riverside. That's a good shout, that. Let's get right behind the team. 14 games to go. Let's blow Sheffield away. Duke McMillan says, I like the way we're trying to pass quickly, confidently, hitting 5-6 passes, creating good space. Yeah, the movement. It's because we're playing the same team. The more you play the same team and the same players, don't forget there's only one change tonight. Big Paddy was out, Fry came in. But Fry's played the majority of games, and the majority of the lads now have played the majority of games together. And the more you play, you become telepathic. Sometimes you don't need to look, you know where they're meant to be. You pass it. I'm not saying you shouldn't look and scan, but you should know where they are and the movement of your teammates, because you're playing, it's repetitive. You're playing every game with the same lads round about you in the main. Whereas under Wilder, Warnock, Pulis, there was 4 or 5 changes, regular changes. I'm not a fan of that. Bernie Akpom, what a good goal. And to think the lad wasn't good enough to lace your boots. Can he break your record? Jason Fawcett. Well, Jason, of course he's going to break my record. I've no doubt in that. And I sincerely wish the lad all the best. He's been brilliant, not just his goals. But hey, I got 21 league goals in a bad team. Chuba's playing and scoring goals in a great attacking team with a great coach at the helm and Michael Carrick, who's encouraging football. When I played under Colin Todd, we ended up that season 4th bottom. We could finish 2nd top. So I'm sure he could get another 8 or 9 with 14 games left, maybe even more, the way we're playing. You know, Akpom would not have scored these goals if it was Pulis or Wilder or Warnock and Chads. No chance. I was fortunate Bruce Rare came in. I got goals because Bruce Rare wanted to play football. Barcelona play like the Borough. What, now the Barcelona of old? Yeah, it was a great goal for Akpom. And regarding, yeah, I mean, somebody mentioned there, Sky Report, I put it on the Twitter earlier. Sky Report, I heard it was David Craig. David Craig, surprised at him, he comes up this neck of the woods. He should know me, well, he does know me. But he says that Ravanelli was the last player to score 20 league goals. These Sky lads, all the money they're getting paid, they still kind of get the small things right. The commentator, he corrected it. Paul Hudson, all credit to Leo for giving his start. He's been superb since. Who? All credit to Leo for giving his start. Who are we talking about, Paul? You're talking about Hackney, but you missed his name out. He's that excited because we won, and the style and the way we won. Chrissy Allport says, pure pressure, Sheffield United. Now with Borough closing that gap, I can see them dropping points with Heckingbottom having to be in the stands for the next however many games. It's in our hands now. Just keep pulling performances like that, and it's Premier League footy for the mighty Borough next season. Hey, the dream looks like it could become reality. Unreal Borough tonight, proper statement. I say that we made a statement tonight. We made them look like kids. Mickey sees Boyles taking care of the business. What are you actually saying, like Slav? Slav fam, up there from Borough. Specky Red, I was chuffed as any Borough fan out there. It's not just the victory, it's the manner to lose a tosh goal, disappointing goal, to recover, recuperate and commit for 75 minutes, and we hammered them. We did hammer them in every... They tried to bully us to a degree, and we just kept going at them. And the pace and the movement of the front two, Akpom and Archer, yeah, they were tearing to shreds. Sorry, Mick Cassidy. Oh, Hackney's the real deal, Bernie. Best player with productions, Downing, Paul Jenkins. Hiya, Paul. Obviously different positions, but Hackney's in there. But I'm asking the question, well, we're praising everybody and everything, and rightly so. Daniel, what's he been smoking? Mugger says Akpom couldn't lace Henri's jockstrap, never mind Stuart's. The Pennywell pundit. Yeah, Hackney, so Baleza, who's came from Rotherham for 900 grand, where is he going to fit in? He plays, I'm led to believe, in the centre of midfield. Whose place is he going to take? Even Benny, what a game. 3 precious points. Archer stole the show for me, and Stefan was class tonight. Andy Connor. Well done, Andy. Praising both sides of the part. I was a bit worried at first, but we got there. Oh, Kathy, 15 minutes, we were all biting our nails and on the Valium, and yeah. But hey, no need. According to the stats, Borough played them off the park. But they did. I watched the game, of course we did. I wouldn't be sitting here raving about it as if we didn't. Unreal performance for Sarah Jane Stallweather up the Borough. Will Pearl says, Hackney is a game changer this season. Thanks, Leo, for giving them a chance. Leo did give them a chance. As I say, Liddell would know, Craig Liddell, who dealt with him, he would know him better than anybody, and no doubt he recommended him to Leo, but Leo still had to sanction it, which he did. So well done to Leo for passing him into the big boys, the first team. All credit for Leo for believing in Hackney and giving them a start. There you go, Paul Hutchinson. Brilliant game, play well together, Catherine and Brooke. Martin Smith says, Archer's busting a gut to prove himself, obviously, but I want him to stay around the box, not drop him deep. Habit of losing ball there. He knows where the onion bag is. Hope that ankle isn't an issue, isn't recurring. Yeah, I think there was a doubt tonight he was going to start, but he did, and he did get down, and he was obviously pointing at his ankle, but he got a bit of treatment and he carried on and scored the second, and that was good night, Sheffield United. But Archer won't drop deep too many times, because that's where Akpom goes. You can't have two of them doing that. One has to stay up front, and when we play ball through, you know that he's going to beat the opposing players because he's sheer pace. He burns them up. If Carrick comes in 5 games earlier, we're in the top 2. What a one! Top 2. What a one that is. Yeah, it's all hindsight. But what you say is right. James Adam Kane says, still a tall order, but Sheffield United have Blackburn away, Reading away, Luton at home, Sunderland away, West Brom at home, and Norwich away the next 6 games. Keith says, love how one local lad in Hackney comes into the team and helps the other team together and proves we have some great young players coming through. If you play well, you can stay in the team. I agree with that, Keith. It's getting the opportunities and getting the chances. The more you bring overseas players in or buy players, you knock the local lads down. I mean, Josh Coburn is gone, isn't he? Out on loan. I don't think Josh's future's at Middlesbrough. I think he'll be gone. Been wondering whether Piero would do a job in this side. Phil Coulthard. Well, for £5 million, you would like to think that he's going to come back and give it a go, and we'll give him a go. Don't forget, £5 million for us is a lot of money. Nobody held their hands up and says we're responsible, but I think he's back in Argentina. He looked a skillful player. He came with that record, a class act. We've seen flashes, but nothing really to say that he's the business. Hope Ray stays with, I don't know what that means. Bernie, we made them look bang average tonight. Borough far superior. I agree with that as well. On the bus home, Bernie, buzzing like a swarm of wasps. Sheffield fans were terrible. We were brilliant. Ray Spashit. Hi, Ray. Safe journey to you and all the boys and girls on the bus. I I hope you're singing all the Borough songs, every Borough song going. Will you sing Delilah for me? I know it's not a Borough song, but just throw that in, because I like that song. I like Tom Jones, although he's Welsh. Yeah, hey, it'll be you're right about a swarm of wasps on the bus. I bet the bus is rocking. Just watch you don't get pulled over with the coppers. I know you're not driving. I mean, there's St Bernard, and after Archer showing his class. Yeah, that's been mentioned throughout. Daniel Jones says, great one for the Borough. Second place is still on. James Chapman says, who knew a change of formation could make us attacking team? Same players. Archer is a cracking addition. It's too early to get excited up there from Borough. It's not too early. Could see a few of the players out on loan, given a chance in pre-season to show what they can do. Few may be here in the first team next season. It's all ifs and buts at the minute. Depends what division and who's what. There's a host of players out of contract. There's 4 or 5 in loan. Yeah, it depends. But who knew a change of formation? But is this not something we've been saying for years? Any Borough fan out there who's the majority is, I've been saying for years, I don't know what this fixation with 5 at the back is. I've never grasped it. And this guy's come in, went 4 at the back, kept the same team. I've said it for months. Simplistic things. It's a simple game played with simple people, complicated by nutcases. People that think they're like Harry Potter, they're wizards. It's 11v11, somebody same size of goal, same size of pitch. There's not much changed in the game. It's not rocket science, but you have to get the respect off the players. And for whatever reason, Carrick has got respect off every one of them. You can see by the way they're playing. What was it they were saying? Carrick encourages, enjoy the ball when you've got it. Enjoy it. Don't be frightened, enjoy it. Once Carrick says Archer was going to miss the game, I knew he was going to play. Not in all the presses, he does not reveal real injury status of anyone coming back away. They've learned that off Fergie, for sure. Where are we now? 20 minutes the game turned on its head. After this, we took control and rode them like Seabiscuit. I like that. Do you think we can catch them, or should we concentrate on going up through the playoffs? I think playoffs, Ryan Marsh. Ryan, I think Carrick's right in saying you just go every game. We've got 14 games left. Let's go out with the intention to win every game. We cannot change the fortune. They're in the driving seat, Sheffield United. They've got a game in hand. We've got 14, they've got 15 left. They're 7 points ahead. If they win all the games, we're in. Well, we have to make sure we win the majority. We'll be in the playoffs. If they come off the rails and we keep doing what we're doing, anything can happen. But I'm not a betting man, but if I was a betting man, I'd still say despite tonight's fantastic performance and result, I still think we'll be in the playoffs. They can only chuck it away. Switch it. You're a Borough fan. If we were 7 points ahead, Sheffield come to the Riverside, beat us like we did tonight, would you write us off and say, oh, they're going to overtake us? You wouldn't. We were class, Bernie, but Downing had gloves on. John Lancaster, what do you mean? Was he boxing, Stewie? No, he was at the pitch side, wasn't he? That's cold. Sheffield's always cold. Damien Plumpton says, imagine where we could have been if Carrick started the season running away with the league. Some of the best football played for a while. Let's all enjoy it. Well, Damien, if you're a footballing connoisseur and you're not enjoying the football getting served up with Carrick and the players, then as I say, you want to change your sport. Bernie, what do you think is better, the Holgate, Essen Park, or the Red Factor faction at the Riverside Stadium? Nah, well, Keith, I'm not biased any way, shape or form. Hey, the Red Faction at the Riverside are terrific, but me, Holgate End, unique, always full to the gunnels, no matter what the attendance was, it was always full in there. The smell of piss, Bobro and pies, I loved it. The smell of the grass, the Holgate End when you scored the goal, magical. Yeah, I just thought that we were closer to the fans. And obviously when we scored, we shared it with the fans. You share it with the fans, now you get arrested. Sorry, Bernard, just watch the highlights. Stephen, you do that. They're worth watching. Colin Emerson says, as good as it gets, we shocked Sheffield United like a thunderbolt. What a team we have become. Astounding all-round performance, Bernard. I agree. Martin says, great performance. Hold on. Great performance tonight. What a fantastic job Carrick has done since taking over. Loving the confidence that we are playing with right now. What's about confidence? You're right. Confidence is a big thing. Doesn't matter how good you are. The old saying, form is temporary, class is permanent. You can have an off day, but if you've got class, you're always going to get back in the groove and back in the fold and do the business. Andrew Picken, hi, Pickle. Great game, working hard together. We get 4 home games. Sheffield, 4 away. Looking good, Bernie. Pickle, you're dead right. I mean, I'm teetotal, even I feel it reaching for the bottle. I might even drink this. Look, I'll have a bottle of that. Where is it? Moat de Chandon. No, I wouldn't have that. I never bought it, by the way. Ali Brownlee's rose-tinted glasses would have flew off his face tonight from jumping up over the performance. This is Ian May. What a legend he was. Unbelievable performance for the Borough. He's effing delighted. Ian, yeah, that makes me laugh. I remember in the European game, when we were 3-0 down, we came back to when we did it in 2 occasions. But I remember we scored the equaliser, and I've hit Al in the back of the neck. We've got the earphones on, and we're at the Riverside, and I've hit him in the back of the head. And the way I've hit him, everybody's jumped up. We're all excited and couldn't believe it. And his earphones have flew through the air. And he looked at me, if looks could kill me, they've killed me there and then. What must Bereza be thinking? Not come off the bench in the last 2 games. The first 15 minutes, that was a cluster rest of the match. Wow, I'm telling you. Yeah, I can imagine Ali the night. Ali would have us winning the league, not just finishing second. Ali would have us beating Burnley after tonight. He'll be in heaven radio. I mean, he must be lonely in heaven, Ali, and he will be there because I believe in heaven, and I believe he'll be there. But nobody else that he knows, none of our mates will be there. They'll all be in hell, but I'll be up there on the. And can you imagine if he's alongside Wolfie or George Hardwick or Brian Clough doing tonight's game on Heaven Radio? Just imagine that. How good would that be? I would tune in for sure. Brilliant tonight, Bernie Joseph Slave and Jason Curling. Great win tonight, almost as good as Glasgow Rangers. Dominic Slavin, that's outrageous. I hope he's not related to me, this lad. Great win tonight, almost as good as Glasgow Rangers. Can't believe it. If I get a son called Dominic, I don't know who that is. Somebody wind me up on it. Imagine if, here we go. Imagine if Borough had a manager like Mugger. They could be Champions League, but Sunderland are happy with his playing style being the Barcelona of the North. Oh, give your head a shake. Akpom said before the game, position he's playing has made him the player he is this season. Of course it is. Akpom playing the number 10 role. He gets away for the 2 centre-halves, or 3, whatever, because they don't want to go with him, and he gets into no man's land. So the midfielders are picked up, he gets turned, and then he goes at them. And the 2 centre-backs who's against, say, Archer, they don't know whether to come or go. They're caught between his 2 stools. So it's working a treat. And people know what Akpom's about, but I tell you what, Akpom's great at slowing it down. When he's not got the ball, he slows it down and then he darts. And defenders sleep in and they think where to go. You watch him, very, very good. Not just, for me, Akpom, there's been a few performances this season where we come to Player of the Year. I know that's secondary, we want promotion first. But Akpom for me, not just his goals, his overall play, how he's returned from Greece, where he was given the lickings of a dog here. Nobody fancied him. I didn't. I watched him several games in 2 seasons. He was here. He was out with injury. He scored a couple. He lost a form. He was at the team. And I thought, nah, £3 million, waste of money. But what a player he's turned out to be. It shows you if the right manager, as I say, he wouldn't succeed under Wilder, or Warnock, or Pulis, or Karanka. He wouldn't have these goals. He wouldn't be enjoying it. He's enjoying it. He's loving every moment. Bernie, I'm getting the window cleaner round, ready for your full frontal. Ian, I'm getting worried now, you're right. Akpom is playing in a role like Janino did under Robson in the first spell. It's a number 10 role, it's a deep role. Downing had the gloves on, what the F, Bernie. Important issue, he's from Borough. John Lancaster. I'll text Stewie after and say, Stewie, what we doing with the gloves on? T-side's disappointed. We might be tough lads for you up here. You're still a legend and your 21 goals will never ever be forgotten up the Borough, Bernie. Jeff, listen. Records of it, it'd be broken. And Akpom this season deserves to beat it. As I say, I've been in touch with the lad. I'd love to chat to the lad. I'd love to be first to go and congratulate him when he gets it, because he is going to get it. Of course he is. He's on fire. The team's on fire. But on the up, everybody's delighted with the style and brand of football. The goals we're scoring, I think we're second top scorers in the division. It's remarkable. But I've been bored off my tree for years watching Borough. Sitting in the stands, moaning, groaning, but getting boring. Back square passes galore. Negative football, long hoof slip, Wimbledon style. Now we're playing with a bit of glamour, a bit of excitement. We go to the games knowing we're going to entertain. People want entertainment. You don't entertain. That's what football's about, entertainment. And I love nothing better than when we bang the goals and you see all the lads running together and cuddling each other and kisses and tongues and everything. Brilliant. What a team we are under Carrick. I said enough good things about him. Let's see for Michael Saunders. Just shows what happens when you play the same team and don't make changes every game. So excited for the run. But Michael, you say that. I said it for years on here. I've been on here, 3 years? I've said it way before that. 4 at the back. Stick to the same team instead of this chotting and changing and nonsense. The man comes on here, Bernie, must be enjoying watching Barcelona. Oh, that's a good one. And Ian, come back to you. Ian May is a lad, several weeks ago, said he would get promotion. Akpom get 20. I'm going to go full frontal on his window. I did advise him to probably get a bigger window in and clear the decks, if you know what I mean. I remember what you said. Akpom wasn't the answer, Benny. David, if you're a Borough fan 2 years ago and a year ago, and you say Akpom was the man, no way. No way. You can't tell me that you fancied Akpom was going to turn into a player like this. The manager's changed. The formation's changed. The team's changed the way we perform and the way we play because we're attacking minded. That's why he's admitted it. Carrick, the position Carrick's gave him, Warnock would never give him that. Great game, Bernie, midfield. We're busy looking for each other. Proper grafting all the time. Oh yeah, you're dead right. I remember when you said Akpom. Look, at that moment for 2 years, Akpom didn't kick his ass. He never. Of course he didn't. You could argue that he didn't get a chance, but when he did, some games he looked average. Don't forget, I go with my former teammates, all professionals, played in every league, and we all had the same opinion back then. But now we all change it. We sit in the stands and we're going, can you believe how he's turned out? We can't believe it. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, guys like you. I like Borough. I'm a Mackham, living Hartlepool. Good luck to Borough, but the term is Sundalona. Lovely one today. That's for Jake. Where are we? Great work, the Borough from Perth, Australia, up the Borough. Neil O'Donnell. I don't know what time it is over in Australia, but you're going to. I hope you're loving it over there. I wonder what time it is over there, Great win for the Borough tonight. Sheffield United, Cameron Archer, Akpom partnership was brilliant, and Archer was my man of the match for Andrew Hill in tonight's game. I don't think anybody would argue with that. For me, it was him or Akpom. Foz is quickly becoming my favourite. Absolute workhorse with quality. David, as I say, I sort of tagged him along with Watmore. I described Watmore as a hose pipe, goes everywhere. But this guy, I think, has got more than that. And on that right now, he's starting to make it his own position. And he keeps his shape well. We'll spank QPR 5-0. I'll go 6. He keeps his position well. He's got a bit of pace. Watmore is fun, but not someone to rely on. What both sides of fans can agree on? Oh, dear me. Oh, talking about sexual diseases now, trying to catch me. Foz is quickly becoming my favourite absolute workhorse. Yeah, he is. Jason Cooling says 4 of the next 6 games away for Sheffield United, and we get 4 at home out of 6. So keep believing. Well, we know. I used to say when this believe over the years when played Norwich at Wembley, or believe, that was a slogan. I'm thinking it's not as if to believe, it's a team. Well, I believe the team believes now, and so do the fans. We need the players to believe first and foremost, and then we can back them up. Well, everybody's in the same bed now, so that's brilliant. Is that a good way of putting it? Where are we now? Annette Nellie Hughes said, Bernie, whenever you won the man of the match, what did you do with the champagne? Actually, that's one of them. I've kept them. Don't know what to do with them. And I don't think you can drink them now. They'll be out of date, and I heard you can't drink them. So, yeah, I just collect them, but whatever's in the bottle now will be flat, I'm sure. Kev Neal says, get in there, Bernie. Just need Justed to get us over the line now. Dear God, Kev. Rudy Justed. You're fixated with that lad. You must be stalker. If I was a policeman, I'd be worried about you, Kev. I'd be knocking on your door, stalking big Rudy Justed. Mohammed, hi Mohammed. Steve Gibson was at the game tonight. His appointment in Carrick, he got this right. I did judge it at the time. Well, Mohammed, obviously, Steve Gibson, we can all talk about it and negotiate and knock and praise, but Steve Gibson puts his head in the block, and over the years he's been criticised, got it wrong. It's easy talking about it, you have to go and do it, but this time and up to now, by goodness, he deserves the plaudit, Steve Gibson. And what he's did, he's put him in there, and like Woody and company, he's just kept a low profile, stayed in the shadows and let him go on with it. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves with automatic promotion. I mean, rightly so after a performance like today, but I think we need to take Carrick's advice and take it one game at a time. That's with Dan Van Zan Zutrak. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Just enjoy the moment. We're in a great position. We're enjoying the football. Great result tonight. Onward Travels at Sheffield. In their own backyard, we've turned them over. They had a big crowd behind them. As I say, they've not been beat since the World Cup ended. Since they've come back, I think they've won the majority and drew 2 or something. Carrick has taken the most points over the first 16 games than any other Borough manager in history. Wow. Chris McGlade says, just watch Sheffield's managers interview such biased crap. Which game was he watching? He gave us no credit at all. Humility goes a long way in the game. Well, Chris, yeah, some people just haven't got that quality. Peter Sloan says, great result, Bernie. Best of the season up the effing Borough. Des O'Leary, I thought it was Des O'Connor. Greetings from Waterford. Hiya, Des. Bernie, great win tonight. Second place now, a great possibility. What do you think? Without a doubt. Gibson, probably the best and only chairman in the country who loves the club. Who loves the club and doesn't let financial statements rule over his heart. The Pennywell pundit. So I gather the Pennywell pundit is not a Borough fan, but he's praising Steve Gibson. And Steve Gibson's been praised. Oh, don't forget, Steve Gibson was a young director when I came, part of the consortium that saved the club. And then he obviously took over, and he's been there for many, many years. And what a job he's back doing. I mean, there's times he's got it wrong, but as I say, it's very, very difficult. Hayden Hackney is phenomenal. Imagine how good he will be in a few more years. If he turns it on Premier League, he'll get an England call-up in the future. Watch his space. Is he no going with Scotland? I know he's still young enough to change allegiance. I think he was going to play for Scotland, I love the Carrick no panic stands. 1-0 down after 5 minutes, but overall I thought we looked like a team. This is for Dean Wilson. Great result. Foz looks a different player now. The manager get behind him up the Borough. Cheryl Gaines says, Bernard Joseph Slade, now I wish my dad was here to see this amazing transformation. The whole gate in the sky will be bouncing. I'm sure your dad will be there, Cheryl. Along with Ali and Wilf Mannion and Brian Clough and George Hardwick and all the Borough greats will be up there. They'll all be celebrating and having a glass of wine, for sure. Oh yeah, forget he played for Scotland, haha. Yeah, he did, Ian. Paul Gamble says, if only Carrick was in charge at the start of the season. Yeah, we're all being hypothetical now. We're all going, if only. It's gone. Happens in football. Forged in steel, more like Teesside steel up the Borough, Bernie. That's for Scotty Chalmers, I like the name. Jay Shaw says, evening Bernie, evening Jay, on the train, back from Sheffield. Safe journey, Jay. No doubt you're bouncing, you're delighted, and feared the worst after the early goal, but the response was superb. Big statement we put out tonight. I says that, Jay, I've said it throughout. Don't forget Spike Armstrong, Bernie. Sorry, Stephen, and Spike Armstrong, God rest him, Spike passed away. I think it was the tail end of last year. Spike was a great player. I think he plays the most games in succession. Great left footer. He was a lovely guy as well. So on the train, Jay, safe journey, and keep singing those Borough songs. That'll be rocking all the way back. Matthew King says, we break so quickly now, and with Hackney, McGree, Chuba and Archer, we are so dangerous. Well, pace and attack-minded guys. Anthony is not finished as 28. Where were we? Yeah, what we've got now, we've got pace and we've got guys, attack-minded guys. We don't want to play. I mean, when young Hackney gets it, his first trainer thought is, can I get turned? Can I play it forward? We've needed a player like that for a few years. You know, Johnny Howson's a smashing player, but a lot of his square back, keep possession, retention of the ball. I get that. But Hackney's a forward-thinking player. Adam Clayton, dear God, he played middle square. He was a crab. Square pass, square pass, square pass. I would have throttled him if I was up front. I'd never get the ball. If I was a defender, I'd have loved him. Him sitting in front is a negative midfielder, playing square back, killing the opposition. Was it much pissing about from Stefan tonight? Maybe he's been told to sort himself out. I'm sure he is, Ian. Don't worry about that. I'm sure he has. Holgate all day long. Never beat that. Feet didn't touch the ground when Borough scored. Class, Matt Laughlin. If you're wondering what we're on about, somebody says, Bernie, what was the best, the Holgate or the behind the goal at the Riverside? Now, the Riverside's great, but the Holgate, nah. You look at clips. Don't go with what I'm saying. It's only my opinion and the lad's opinion or Matt's opinion. But look at footage of the Holgate busting at the seams, the atmosphere. Ramsey looked sharp when he came on, Bernie. He could have an impact over the rest of the season. Yeah, he could. As I say, he's come on when we're playing well and on the ascendancy. Jeff Taggart says, something magical is happening, Bernie. Not seen football like that since Janino, Ravanelli and Emerson. The whole team is on fire up the Borough. I agree. I use the word fire. A Markham I work with is blocking my messages. He said we would get hammered tonight and Sunderland will take us. He's blocked me tonight, ha. Daniel, good luck to Sunderland, good luck to Mugger, but my humble opinion is Sunderland will miss out in top 6 because they've not got a striker. Ellis returned for his loan spell at Sunderland, back to Everton. Big Stewart's out for the season. They've got a couple of rookies in. I know they won 3-0 last night. I expect to score 6 against QP on Saturday. Yeah. I agree with that. So that was Jeff Taggart. Gerald Burrison, congratulations on the win, Jezza. That's for Jezza. Gerald's a Newcastle fan. E-I-O, E-I-O, E-I-O. I don't want to sing. Matt Wilson says, get in, Bernice. Bernie. What a performance, mate. Heading back to Teesside from Matt and Jock. Matt and Jock, safe journey back. Like I said to the other Borough fans travelling back tonight, enjoy your trip back. I'm sure it'll be a lively one and keep singing. Archer is therefore the key to what will we be missing. Pace. Direct pace. Defenders are frightened of skill, but if you've got skill and pace, they won't sleep at night. I'm sure they knew all about Archer's pace and ability on the ball. What happened to Beleza? Would you be disappointed not coming off the bench for 2 games after joining a new club? No, I think Beleza will be thinking, by God, what a great team I've signed for. You know, his contract is up at the end of the season at Rotherham. We've paid 900 grand for his services. He's watching. Part of your education as a player when you join a club is watching how they perform, the guys that's in the team. And if somebody gets injured, you go in and you know your role and how the team play and the shape of the team, the DNA of the team. So he'll be learning while he's on the bench. He'll be watching that thinking, if anybody gets injured, I know what role I'm going to go in. I know what I'm going to do. I know who's going to be there. And I'm sure he'll be a hit as well. Where are we here? I'm a Mackham. Sunderland may make the playoffs. I hope he's do, which I doubt. Squad young and experienced next year. We will go up. Just hope. Where are we? Just hope. We don't lose Mowbray. I heard Bayern Munich are after him. Is that a joke? My son just watched it in Melbourne, Australia. Time 9:53 a.m. Brilliant result. Let's get 30,000 fans at the Riverside. Beleza will replace Howson eventually. Do you know what? Beleza, he's not a holding player, is he? I think he's a skillful, attack-minded player. Johnny Howson is a holding player. Most teams have got one holding player. We used to have 2 and 3, but now we've got Howson. Love Foz. Remember it, Phoenix window. Colin. Remember it's Phoenix window. Phoenix window. What, Newcastle? I would show them on mass up there. Great result for Ali, it was, Steve. Archer reminds me of German Defoe. Small paces, scores with both feet, runs in behind. Excited to see how many he will score between now and the end of the season. I think he could score 15. Well, the way we're playing as a team, the style and the brand, he could do. There's no doubt in that. Other than the first 5 minutes, what a shift Fry and Linehan put in tonight. Yeah, they were very good as well. Very good, but I just think getting away from them scoring 3 goals is no mean feat. Against a team that's sitting second and getting into the game, yeah, they were 10 points ahead. That bit of commentary is still available on YouTube. You knocked my blooming headset off. Still firmly in the Sheffield's hands. They've got a tough run of fixtures, but first we need to keep getting results and put pressure on. Either way, this has turned into a great season. Yeah, I mean, if we missed out in top 6, I personally think it'd be disastrous. Just the way we're playing, we deserve to be in that top 6 at least. The way we've turned it around, the way Carrick's come in, got the team performing. They say when the fans feed off the players, sometimes the fans can get volatile on the players' cases, but the fans now are appreciating what's been served up. They've not seen good football for, I don't know how many years, a lot of years. Some of the football has been dross. I says that at the time. I'm not going back in it. I didn't not criticise at the time. I always says I wouldn't like to play under Pulis, Walnut, Wilder or Karanka. I'd rather jump in the River Tees with a big lead weight around my ankles. I didn't want to see that. Somebody mentioned the score tonight. Yeah, so that bit of commentary, either way, this is turning. Great show. Great shout, sorry, putting Fry in tonight. Matthew. But Matthew, surely Big Paddy would have put in a shift as well. You can't just shoot Paddy down. Paddy had to come in because Fry was out suspended and did a job and scored a goal the other week and didn't let us down. For me, if he kept his position, I thought it was a merit. Obviously, Dale's first team regular. Paddy's been in and out the team this season. I get that as well. Simon Denham says, Bernie, just imagine if you, in your heyday, Akpom and Archer on the same team, would be amazing up the Borough. It would be. I mean, Akpom is a clever player as well now. And I'm saying now because the first 2 years they never done it. Somebody was criticising me saying, oh, you said, yeah, I'm right in saying that. I would say it to his face. I'd love to say, am I right in saying that or do you disagree? Some people say he wasn't given a chance. That's a fair comment. When he played, he was okay. Scored a few goals. Then he headed off. But he's come back. Totally different animal. Yeah, I'd love to play with a bit of pace. Akpom is clever. I mean, the ball he gave McGree tonight, second half. He got it, he turned. He's run towards the box central. He played it inside left to McGree. He's got it at his feet. McGree should have hit it across the keeper. But he's went near post, hit the side netting. But it was a great move. Great pass. Great awareness from Akpom. Dave Ditchburn says, cancel hotels, we're going up automatically. Believe. R.I.P. Ali, that's for you. Well said, Dave. Chris Andrews says, solid back four, scoring goals. I reckon we could, Sheffield United, just we have to win every game. So more or less, Chris is saying we could jump above Sheffield United. Rooms booked for Wembley, hopefully won't need it. Up the Borough for Tony Wedlick, my old pal. So the rooms are booked. Tony, I hope no room with you. I've heard just known. 100% Carrick. We want to take a look at Piero. I think he could put an arm round him and turn him into a world beater for us. Man management's a big thing, a big gift. Everything about the club is gelling well, from backroom staff to players in the pitch. Needed this for years. Simon Denham. Denham, yeah. I agree with that as well. I think it's important. Hey, Benny, champagne lasts forever. Unless you're storing Tesco's screw tops. Thanks for that, Dave. I don't like to put alcohol, Dave. I'm teetotal. I've got bottles of champagne. I've won man of the match or five-a-side, whatever. And I've got a boatload there, but none of them's open. But I've been told by connoisseurs, the alcoholics, whatever, that, yeah, you can't drink them. Is that not true then? Oh, well, I might give them a try. Something, but a lot of one in front of his last game of the season or the playoffs or whatever it is, we get promoted. I'll even have a wee sip. What more to help us, Millwall, Sheffield United? Unreal, Bernie, Dan Reid, unreal, Bernie, what a turnaround. Michael Saunders says, all we need is just stay. Oh my God, Rudy just get so mentioned. Can't wait to go to work in the morning with all them Geordies and Macrons, Bernie. Jeff the copper. Hiya, Jeff. Oh, Jeff, you'll be buzzing. Don't be getting in stackers, you'll be arrested, Jeff. You should know that being a copper. Michael Saunders says, we're in this string of piss these days. That's a weird sort of a description. Michael Saunders, we're in there. Oh, you're talking to someone. Simon McGugan, is it? McGugan? Bernie driving home to my house in Tams Enos. Let's just enjoy this journey. Something special going on here up the effing borough. Safe journey. Steve Rose says, whoa, haven't seen this spirit for years. Bernie Joseph Slavin, we're now looking to progress to the Premier League. Without a doubt. Holgate all day long. That's for Lee Dennis. We were having a wee conversation earlier. Somebody says, is it the Holgate or is it the Riverside? What's the best atmosphere behind the goals? For me, it was a Holgate. Middlesbrough are looking to be united club with management, players, backroom staff and fans all working together with a class act tonight once we settled. Yeah, we say we're a club for the community. I think that was lost over the years. I really do. I don't think there was a connection with the players, the club and the fans. But now, by God, since Carrick came in, obviously it helps when you're winning, that gels people, but there just seems no egos in the Borough team now. The players celebrate with the fans celebrate with the players, and everybody seems to be getting on. Dale Fry settled straight back in, Benny did. I think Manel would have struggled against their set pieces tonight. As I say, it's hindsight and we can guess, and definitely the Holgate atmosphere was brilliant. David Hanby says, Middlesbrough looking to be a united club with managing player. Yeah, I've read that, so, and you're right. I don't know about you, but all I want is to keep building on the team we have. We are playing exactly, how we should be, exciting and competitive. That's for Paul Downs. And Terry Collins says, superb performance result. Can't believe how we out-muscled and outplayed them. They play medieval football. They do. I was watching, is it Jordan, the basketball player? The Last Dance it's called. I've not watched it all, but I was watching a bit last night. And Sheffield remind me a bit of one of the teams they played. Jordan's team were super skillful, great, put the ball in the net. Movement was great and good in the eye, entertaining. And they used to play this bunch of villains who just went out to knock them about and block them at every opportunity and elbow and whatever. And Sheffield were a bit like that, but we outdone them in every way, shape and form tonight. We gave them a bit of their own stuff. Definitely Holgate. He looks good. He looks fine. Tuberak Palms on my mind. And he's Borough's 29. Wee rhythmical thing there going on there. Superb performance result. Can't believe. Yeah, nearly there. We have no superstars, but we are smashing it. As I say, Steve, I just think Carrick looks, I know he won't be ultra quiet, but he looks a deep thinker, methodical. You know, pitch side, he's gone through everything emotionally, but not showing it. Woody's in the dugout, he's not coming every 2 minutes to the side, trying to get a bit of whatever. He's staying there. When he needs him, he's up, giving a bit in his ear. And I think that's the secret as well. And at the end of the games, the players are rightly going over to the fans and applauding them and respecting them and applauding them back. And there's just a great feeling at Middlesbrough Football Club at the minute. And I think we've lost that over the years, but it's back now and back in abundance. And it's brilliant. I do believe. Ollie Johnson says, I do believe. Ricky Payne says, what result, what a great win. Momentum moving forward. Akpom, give him a 4-year deal up the Borough. Sing it, Bernie, to the tune of Do a Diddy. Do a Diddy, Stephen, who sang that? Manfred Mann's Earth Band. I seen them live, you know. Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Oh, I was fairly young. They were out for years, weren't they? They sang The Mighty Quinn as well, didn't they? Michelle McCabe. Hi, Michelle. I know Michelle. She's a Sunderland fan, but she's a nice lady. I'd love to see Borough versus Sunderland playoff final. When you look at how Wigan and Rotherham are doing, Sunderland is performing miracles. Well, I think Big Muller's doing a great job there as well. Playing as well as we did tonight, what do you put the first 10 minutes down to? Nervousness, not warmed up enough, mentality. Philip Todd, what do you put down it? I just think it was bad defending, bad goalkeeping. I just think it was a bad goal to concede. One throw-in, Wimbledon style. Shotton used to do it under Pulis. Remember Ryan Shotton? Nobody remembered his footballing about it. They just spoke about his long throw-ins. It was embarrassing. He used to throw them into the box while there was a throw in it. Big McBurney, I'm sure he's Scottish McBurney with a name like that. He got a touch in it. But for me, the keeper should come out and punch somebody's head or the ball, but he never rooted to his line. And as I say, Big McBurney got in between Lenihan and Akpom, and it was a clear head. It was in slow motion, but hey, it's gone. We were brilliant tonight. If you mentioned Sky Sports for you, Bernie, mate, Craig Basher, well, the first guy that mentioned me was wrong. I've mentioned the 20 goals was wrong, and then the next guy who was doing the commentary put it right. But when you work for Sky and get bowlers of money, you should do your homework, shouldn't you? Thoughts on the goalkeeping, Alfie Frost? Look, I'm not going to overdo it tonight. Stefan had a couple of great saves tonight, but his kickouts are still poor, and his decision making for the first goal, staying in his line, is poor goalkeeping. I remember Martin Chivers, he had a long throw. Martin Chivers took it. Steve nearly caught out there. Took up the behind for the first 10 minutes, but dominated the game thereafter. If we could sustain this for the rest of the season, then we are promoted. Jeff Bennett, give the champagne to the Chuba train if he beats your record up the borough. Jeff, I would love to be first to go and congratulate Chuba, and I'd give him that bottle. I've not got a problem with that. Sincerely mean that. Don't forget, Akpom does the business for Borough. He's doing the business for us all. Because we all want to get in the Premier League. Well, some of my mates don't. They want us to stay in the Championship, which is absolutely ludicrous. We want to get into the promised land where the big bucks are, where the great players will come to the Riverside. Great to listen to you, Bernard. Cheers. So Akpom, if you know Akpom, you live next door, knock his door and say, Bernie wants to chat to you. He wants to be the first. I've actually got in touch with him twice. First time he replied, second time he didn't. But I want to have a chat with him. I want to shake his hand and be first to congratulate him and pass it over. That's a great thing, isn't it? I'm getting a wee thrill talking about it. It's great. Hey, I love goal scorers. I love attack-minded players. I'm fed up seeing boring, negative players at Middlesbrough over the years. Some strikers that couldn't strike a match. And this guy, I thought was one of them. But he's proved me and other lads that I know totally wrong. I bet just went at his swinging his shirt around his head. I thought it was his swinging. I was going to say, you want to turn it up. I thought Stefan was man of the match. Some great saves to keep us in. Well, he some great saves, Jerry, but for me, he wasn't man of the match. Dear God, I thought as I say, Akpom and Archer for me were tremendous. Their goals, their movement, closing down, harassing, never say die attitude. We're playing good football, but the ball is also falling for us. We have that bit of luck. Andy McCardle, your second goal, the ball felt nice twice for us. But Andy, that's what happens when you're doing well. You do get the rub of the green. When you're struggling, you couldn't buy a win or buy a ball going your way. But you're right. There was one of the runs that ricocheted and fell into the path. I totally get that. But you need luck in life, let alone football. We're going up, Bernard, up the borough for Anthony Coakley. I'm going to read 5 more, and that's us finished. I've not read any of these. I'll read them when I'm back Saturday. Facebook Live at 6:30. If it's a Borough Sunderland playoff final, the Geordies are in London that weekend to play in Chelsea. Oh dear. Spirit 86 will never be repeated, but what Carrick is creating in the way we play is going to get somewhere close. Jeff Tab. Hey, look, the 86 team played football. Bruce Rare demanded us to play football and entertain. I think we achieved that. What we achieved as players and the majority of local lads was fantastic. But those days are over. We're looking now, and you're right, this team are playing great football and entertaining and scoring goals. So there is similarities there. But I'm sure Jonathan Woodgate would tell Michael Carrick about the background of the 86 team. Maybe Michael Carrick knows himself. I mean, I met Carrick a few weeks ago. I didn't even know he knew. With Big Pally, who obviously played at Old Trafford. Pally says he's fairly quiet, and I was walking down the stairs and he was coming up the other side, and I sort of, I looked his way and he went, oh, I finally met you, whatever that means. Maybe that's good, bad, and different. Made a wee chat and then that was it. But he's cool. He's, as I say, he looks a deep thinker. And sometimes that goes on to your players. You know, whereas I can imagine Wilder and Warner, don't get me wrong, I like that style of management, but a lot of players don't. But I can imagine them in your face, you know, relentless, keeping at it, keeping at you, going for your jugular. Whereas he'll be more methodical, calm and influence. And a lot of players like that. I played with players like that. I wasn't one of them. I liked to build up the arse and the shouting, and I liked that confrontation. A lot of players didn't like that. So you can either flourish with that or get into your shell. And the way the lads are playing now, it tells me that the previous couple of managers, probably that a lot of the lads were going into the shell and thinking, I've had enough of this bawling and shouting or whatever. There's not one bad player tonight. Archer deserves man of the match. But a word for Stefan, his best performance in a Borough jersey up the Borough. Well done for praising him. Got to go, my beauty sleep. Well done to the Borough. Right, 2 more and that is it. Evening Bernard, cracking result. A little mention from my colleagues on Sky tonight. Anthony Maltz, Bracey. That Sky lot. And Maltz, give him a bit up the ass. Last player to score 20 goals, league goals. Ravanelli gets 16 league goals. Come on, Maltz, you need to do the homework. At least the commentator corrected it. I've been surprised if he got it wrong. The commentator, because I used to work for him at Real Radio, Century Radio. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I'm glad I caught you, Maltz, before you get your jammies on. Last one. Riley McGree is what we have been missing for years. What a difference he has made. He picks a pass from nothing. Thanks very much for joining us. Where are we? Yes, thanks very much for joining us. Thanks to the sponsors, because I always something to forget. Cornerstone, Galaxy Blinds, Advanced Utility Solutions, RWTA, Richard Wells Training Associates, TGM Cars, Borough Ship Museum, Cleveland System Engineering. Well done, superb tonight, Bernard. Well done, Michael Carrick, Woody, the fans, the team, Akpom for your 17th league goal, Archer for your couple of great goals and your pace and your entertainment. Well done to each and every one of you. Brilliant. Look forward to Saturday. I'll be there at Riverside, up the Borough. Cheers. If I can get this off, I'll try. There we go. We've got it. Thanks for joining us.